Hello and welcome to the introduction video for speedrunning Ratchet, Deadlocked, New Game Plus, No LC. So, if you don't know what any of that means, maybe you're new to speedrunning or randomly came across this video, I'll explain all of that right now. New Game Plus refers to challenge mode. This is a file that was set up in challenge mode. We have all the weapons and the charge boots from the start, much faster category compared to any percent. No LC. LC stands for load cancel and is a PS3 exclusive glitch where you will load a file, and upon being asked to select the difficulty, you'll press triangle to decline this action. And now, in a way, you will be in two files at once. You can unlock planets on one file, and it'll carry over to the next. And this means that you could effectively set up a file that has the ghost station unlocked from the start, making the game about 6 minutes long. This guide primarily focuses on the category that bans this strategy, but it can be used to learn the short entry plus category if you wish. Now, optimal version of the game is the PlayStation 3 version. Do not play on the PS2 version if you can. It loses about 10 minutes to loads. Very unpleasant version to play on. Takes too long to load a planet. Restarting missions is painful. Just avoid it if you can. And the PAL PS2 version is even worse because the charge boots gain less distance. So, if it's all you have, then go for it, but I highly recommend swapping to the PlayStation 3 version when you get the chance. And speaking of which, if you are on the PS3 version, I would recommend swapping out the hard disk drive with a solid state drive. So, a hard disk drive, or HDD, as well as a solid state drive, or SSD, are the storage devices that the PS3 uses to store digital games, save files, and whatnot. So, an SSD will make the PS3 run a little bit faster and load a little faster. You can get a cheap one for about $25 to $30, and because the PS3 is capped at SATA 1, it'll make it run as fast as it possibly can. So you'll see SSDs out there for like $200. Don't buy those. Not necessary. Get a cheap one. So as for the regional differences, actually before that, one last thing to explain about the PS3 version and SSDs. The other reason you want an SSD is because when we're selecting weapons, the game will sometimes freeze for a little bit before it lets you play again. So this still exists if you play on SSD, but is extremely rare. So why take the chance? So as I was saying, the regional differences. The PAL version of the game is called Ratchet Gladiator. The NTSC version is called Ratchet Deadlocked. Neither version is faster than the other. You can play on whatever version you want, and you're just as fast as someone that plays on the other version. Now, if you don't have the game yet and you are trying to decide between a version, I would recommend Ratchet Gladiator because of compatibility with Rackman. Rackman is a practice tool that was created by the Ratchet & Clank speedrun community. It doesn't have as much utility in this game since it's already easy to practice different parts of levels, but it does have a few advantages like an auto splitter and a timer for IL runs. So, again, it doesn't really matter too much, but if you can, I'd recommend getting Gladiator. Now, for running the game itself, as you can see, I have the ninja skin equipped, and every runner of the game has the ninja skin equipped because it makes Ratchet move faster and he'll charge a little faster. He gains more distance with the charge boots, so it is much more preferable to use the ninja skin than not to have it. So, to get the ninja skin, you need to unlock all 6 exterminator cards. So, how do you do that? Well, there's 6 tasks you have to do. So I'm going to go over all of them. So I don't know which exterminator card is linked to which task. I don't remember this, but that's not really an issue. The first task is to obtain 400,000 dread points, which you will get naturally just by playing the game a bunch while grinding to, get your health up and get your weapons leveled up. Next, you need to buy every single weapon and every single Omega mod. Third, you need to buy the Mega versions of all of the weapons. You don't need to upgrade them to V99, but I highly recommend it. Last thing you want is a weapon upgrading in the middle of your run. Then you need at least 100 health points. You don't need 999 health, but you do want at least 100 health to get an exterminator card. And if you can, I'd also recommend getting like around 150 to 200 health points at minimum. Then you need to get all the skill points on every planet. There's 15 per planet, and they're all really simple and menial tasks like killing enemies with the same weapon or without taking any damage. So pretty easy to get all the skill points, to just grind them all out. And then finally, you need to beat every single challenge in the game on Exterminator difficulty, the 5-star difficulty. So there's 89 challenges in the game. You got to beat them all with a 5-star difficulty. So as you can see, not all of the challenges have been labeled as complete, but I did beat them on previous playthroughs. So that's why the game gave me the ninja skin. So now camera controls. So control options. We play the game in lock strafe since it's better for movement. It doesn't matter if you play on normal or inverted, play whatever you want. Camera rotation speed, have that set as high as possible. Controller vibration doesn't matter. Quick select pause, you want that off. Then let's see. Next up we have the game settings. It doesn't really matter what the volume levels are set at. I would recommend at least having the sound effects on, but if you want the music or dialogue off, perfectly fine. And then for the cheats, the only cheat that matters is ninja mode. Everything else is cosmetic. Weather, kill quark, gangsta guns, HUD color. Gangsta guns, I recommend having it on if you want to be cool as fuck. Now, super morphing freeze wrench, you'll notice this one I have enabled. This is only because I run the category all missions, and there is a mission in which we use the Omni wrench. But you don't play this mission in New Game Plus, no LC, so you don't have to worry about that. I guess you could have it on if you want, but it has no practical use outside of all missions. So weapon setups and Omega mods, as well as all the bot weapons, are actually explained in their own separate video. And similarly, I'm going to have a video dedicated to how to reset in this game, because resetting is a bit of a pain in the ass. There's a few things you need to know. That will be its own separate video. But yeah, for now, this is how you get into speedrunning the game. And I wish you luck on your runs.